Okay, welcome back to round 4.
And we have two Nim Miranda lists, but kind of different approaches to Nim Miranda. So we have John Potter on the left, who's flying kind of a more meta Nim Miranda.
Okay.
So Nim has twin laser turret and bomblet generator,
Okay.
along with accuracy corrector. And then Miranda has cruise missiles, cluster mines, seismic charges, and then, of course, the Sabine crew card.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, we have Nick Tobin. His NIM has fire control systems instead of accuracy corrector,
Okay.
auto blaster turret instead of twin laser turret, and no bombs on NIM at all.
Huh.
Whereas,
That's interesting.
Whereas Miranda has plasma torpedoes
Oh, lordy.
and bomblet generator. And then I think the most interesting thing is that Nick Tobin is flying Sabine the pilot rather than taking Sabine crew.
Okay.
So we have Sabine in the captured tie with intensity,
Okay.
just to make it
Just
so much
for
more.
some jank.
Some
stuff.
jank. So you know Sabine is getting her free boost or barrel roll because of her pilot ability, and so that can trigger intensity. So I imagine it's going to. I imagine it gets used a lot, but yeah, I've never quite seen this this list.
Yeah, I
in
couldn't have
action,
even
so-
told you what her pilot ability was. So this will be, and you know, he's obviously doing well with it. So this will be an interesting game
That's
to
right.
see how this
So
goes.
just to remind our audience, it's immediately before you reveal your maneuver, you may perform a free boost or barrel roll.
Okay.
And then
Interesting.
with
So built-in advanced sensors for free, basically.
Right.
And then obviously intensity allows you to, once you perform a boost or barrel roll action, you can get a free focus or evade token.
Yeah.
And then you have to flip the card over if you do that. And the card is considered exhausted when it's flipped over. At the end of the combat phase, you can spend a focus or evade to flip it back to the first side. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, and then of course Sabine still gets to take an action, so she could
Right.
end up with focus evade every turn,
Right.
if she wanted to. So
Plus, she gets the free repositioning.
yeah, so really an interesting take. I don't know. It's weird to see no Sabine crew card though on
With a whole bunch of bombs.
not even a whole
Well,
bunch.
yeah,
of
I guess he doesn't have a whole bunch. He's flying bombers with no bombs. That's the weird part.
That's the weird part. That is certainly the weird part.
That's definitely the weird part. So
Miranda has bomblet generator, but that's it. No bombs on Nim. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So it's a mirror match, but
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that introductory handshake there. We've got a little bit of a flying V formation with those rocks.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like everyone took big rocks, and I'm guessing that's to take advantage of the bombs that you dropped, really
Right.
reshape the board.
Right.
And so Sabine doing her ability, boosting first and then taking the
Hard
turn.
one. Yep.
Yeah, so kind of setting up a lane there, kind of going for the corner where John
Yeah.
has Miranda set up.
Yeah. Got a token. Not sure which one it is, but
And this is pretty key. It looks like Nick must have initiative because he moved his Miranda first.
Yeah.
So that'll certainly come into play in this game as we have two ships on both sides that are matching pilot skill with their opponent.
okay. So kind of revealing everything to speed up these first couple turns. It looks like one forward for Nim on Nick's side.
Yeah, so a lot of slow plays here. They're really just trying to feel each other out
Yeah.
and see where
See
the
what's
best
going
place
on.
is going to be.
It'll be interesting to see. It's obviously John on the left-hand side of your screen is positioned to go up that corridor, as is Nick. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they want to just flat out joust over there,
Yeah,
or if one of them is going to try and turn into these rocks, because clearly Sabine, with her ability to do the boosting and barrel rolling before her move, makes her A+ through those rocks, because she can be so reactive. She can park herself right in front of that rock and barrel roll beforehand before moving. I mean, she's going to be perfectly suited to navigate those rocks very well. So if he can pull his Nim and his Miranda over to the other side of that board and force John to navigate through those rocks, Sabine could potentially really punch through some damage.
I think Nick has the more jousty list of the two, especially since John has 2 TLT ships and Nick is flying an Auto Blaster and a TLT. I think Nick is going to really want to try for the joust here. Although that's dangerous against Bomblet Generator and him, so I don't really even know what the right strategy here is.
Yeah, because obviously with the Auto Blaster, you want to try to get into that range 1 and actually use it. But you're right, it's 100% dangerous when you're around that Bomblet Generator. So. Plus, Miranda's got, what did you say, the cluster mines and seismic charges, so getting anywhere near her is just dangerous to begin with.
Exactly. So with Advanced Slam, of course, being able to, and John's moving second, so Advanced Slam and dropping those mines can
drop them right on your face.
Yeah. Sabine could be a good blocker this game, too, with her ability to reposition and being the lowest pilot skill ship on the board.
That's true.
We could see
she could be very reactive.
Yeah.
Looks like Nick's kind of backing her out. Oh, maybe not. Just repositioning.
Just getting in between those asteroids and kind of giving himself the choice, really, to go left or right here on the next turn.
Another one forward, it looks like, for Miranda.
Okay. So again, kind of just jockeying for position here.
A 1 bank for the other Miranda.
All right, the suspense is building. The tension is just rising here as both ships are kind of just slow playing.
Just kind of feeling each other out here.
Right.
Nobody really wants to commit to anything yet, it seems like. I don't know if committing to something is a strength or a weakness here, because I feel like if you can catch your opponent off guard, but at the same time, if by doing something weird you put yourself out of position for a couple turns and you can't recover from it, I don't know.
It is interesting, too. So John has cruise missiles on Miranda, so you would imagine there's some turn where John's going to want to rush in with Miranda to maximize that cruise missile.
Yeah.
However, Nick has cruise missiles on Nim, so he's going to possibly want to do the same thing with Nim, but choosing that perfect turn to rush in and position yourself to get those cruise missiles off, I think it's going to be one of the keys to this game.
Right. And it'll be interesting to see who Nick wants to make his primary target here.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Miranda is worth a few more points than Nim, if that matters. Both ships are going to be hard to take down. Miranda obviously has the ability to regen as well.
Right.
And Miranda also is housing Sabine, so that is
definitely relevant.
Both players here very carefully considering their maneuvers. Again, just sort of a chess match here so far, getting their setups.
Well, they're getting to a point where they're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah, that's right.
So unless they want to just do the joust, one of them needs to make a decision how they want to play this.
Yeah.
So, where those asteroids are, that's a tight spot to turn in.
Yeah.
And truthfully, both players kind of need to decide, now. If one of them wants to turn in, they kind of need to do it now. Because A, just where the asteroids are, but B, before the other person decides to bum rush them.
Yeah, this might be the kind of game where the near side of the board just doesn't get used at all.
Yeah.
They might just fly around on that far side and, just.
Yeah, they just kind of need to choose whether or not they want to only fight on that side or if one of them's going to turn in. Because at least for Nick, a hard 2, it looks like to me, would clear that first rock and get him through there pretty easily with the ability to bank around the rock in the middle.
Sure.
If he goes a 1 forward again, he's going to kind of lose that ability to thread those rocks quite as well. But again, I don't know if he wants to make that decision to turn his back given that he doesn't have the bombs
Yeah.
on Nim, you know what I mean? He doesn't get the benefit of someone chasing after him through bombs.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I don't know that Nick wants to do that. That might be more of a strategy that John would want to employ, in which case he probably has another turn of going one forward before he needs
Sure.
to make a turn into the rocks. But then Nick might decide to kind of bum rush.
And John
And at that point, if your butt's turned and someone's coming right up your back, I mean, bombs or not, it might be hard. So this is you can see both players are really thinking through
that's
this
right.
right now.
John does have a little bit of an inside track here. He's just a few base lengths towards the middle of the board relative to Nick. So that might be important too. If John wants to turn in and face his bomb dropping capabilities towards Nick, that might be an opportunity to do it. And you can see the Ray upgrade card on the close side of the board here. Ray is on Miranda as a crew and just getting charged up with focus tokens.
Yeah, it looks like she's got 2 already.
Yeah, so that's another part of the slow play. I think you get to charge up Ray
sure, yeah.
and take advantage of her later
sure.
on.
Absolutely.
All right, Sabine is not using her ability and is just moving in. Oh, no, she is using her ability to boost. My mistake. And then revealing her maneuver to do a hard 1.
Perfect.
So kind of nestling in behind
that's the perfect place to have her protected from the rock and able to get around it. So another one forward there. Oh, we got a 2 forward now.
All right.
Okay, so these guys are just jousting, I think. At least for now. Because this is definitely going to be first blood. That was their opportunity to turn away if they were going to do it.
And Miranda here is checking for a target lock on the other Miranda.
Yep.
Looks like gets it. So Miranda here has cruise missiles. So we might see a cruise missile shot on the mirror Miranda. I haven't been able to keep track of intensity on Sabine, but I imagine that's how she's getting the focus evade every turn.
Yep, that's definitely how
and
she's
then just
getting it.
recharging it at the end of the round.
Yep. So, Sabine's in a great position here to potentially flank those ships.
Yeah, absolutely. So barrel roll towards the center next turn and then just kind of bank in.
Just do a bank, 2 or 3 bank in and primo.
Right, so Nim moved, and I think John is considering what to do here. Yeah, so Nim doesn't have any missiles, but maybe he's considering dropping a bomb or just focus or target lock or barrel roll.
If he wants a shot on Sabine, he might try, but he doesn't have the maneuverability to get around that rock.
He has barrel roll and engine upgrade, but yeah, I think with the position he's in now, it looks like he just goes for focus. So we have Nim on Miranda.
Looks like 2 hits.
I don't know if it was primary or TLT. Looks like possibly TLT.
Yep, because Nick wasn't rolling defense
Okay,
dice, so that was 2 damage.
2 damage on
Miranda. Miranda measuring range to the other Miranda. Looks like Nick's got 2 hits. Looks like Potter has 1. Looks like he was spending the focus for something on with Ray.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he probably put it on Miranda but forgot to take it off the card.
Ah, there we go.
So I believe that last shot was Nim Yeah, it must have been Nim firing last time with the primary, and now we have Miranda firing TLT.
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's what it was.
Spend the cruise missiles. I'll put the card out there.
And Miranda spending that munitions token and firing cruise missiles. I believe that's 2 extra dice. So there's
Yeah.
the one. Oh, 3.
Wait, what?
Oh, and her pilot ability.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what's going on over here?
And
Spending a
the
lock.
target lock.
For
3 hits, so really not a whole lot of damage actually. 1 evade, so Miranda will take 2 more, I think. But really not that bad for a cruise missile shot.
Yeah.
And now we have Sabine measuring. Sabine on Miranda, range 3. And takes
Looks like she takes 1.
takes damage. And it's a crit.
Ooh.
I think because he spent that shield.
Yeah. And it was, so he's going to take 2.
Wow. Okay.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So I'm just going to run over and make sure I know these damage numbers, and I'll update you in a second.
Looks like Sabine is spending her token to flip intensity back up, banking the focus to Ray. Okay, so that was an interesting exchange. I mean, I think clearly Sabine is probably going to try to just flank Nim and Miranda. She'll do a barrel roll probably to the left and bank in, would be my guess. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if John decides now to push forward a little bit quicker and drop some bombs. That would be something that I would really consider, because especially with Miranda with the advanced slam, assuming he's got advanced slam, it could be pretty deadly there. Okay, John, what's...
So on John's Miranda, we did read that correctly, that it was a major explosion. He then took another damage card from the major explosion, which was a direct hit. So 3 damage on that.
Wow.
So John's Miranda is down to 0 shields and
2 hit
2
points, right?
hit points, yeah.
Wow, that's
So
brutal.
That is quite a turn of events
For
on
sure.
Miranda. I don't know if it was a mistake to spend that shield for the cruise missiles.
And get greedy.
I'm not sure. I mean,
I don't
he's
know.
obviously trying to, just overwhelm
Mm-hmm.
Nick's list, but yeah, it kind of came back to bite him just because of the bad draw
Yeah.
on the damage deck.
And then Nick's Miranda just is, I think, down a couple shields, right?
No shields left
Okay.
on Nick's Miranda. So
Okay.
certainly she took some damage.
Yeah,
But
but recoverable potentially.
recoverable, yeah. I think John ended up at the bottom of that exchange.
Yeah, I think so too. And this is where I'm thinking from John Potter's perspective, I would be seriously considering trying to kind of not blow past these guys, but effectively end up ideally like right in front of where Nick's ships are currently to drop bombs on them.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would do. So
think
if
that
I was
makes
Nick,
sense.
I'd probably try to get some distance or maybe flip around or do something along those lines. But I would be expecting John to try and move forward enough to drop some bombs on me.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I think that's part of John's, at least his original game plan when building this list, is to drop bombs. And
Yeah.
so
I think John's going to try and drop something with Miranda and advance slam run away so she can try to recover, get a better position to be able to do some TLT shots and recover some shields.
Yeah, it's interesting with Nick's Miranda moving first. I don't know if that's a help or a detriment, depending on if she kind of gets in the way of John's Miranda.
Yeah.
So
I think it's probably a detriment just because it's more information for John with the advanced slam to be able to drop things right on her face.
that's true. Yeah. So we'll see. Looks like both players are finalizing their dial choices. It's interesting. John is usually a pretty quick player. I don't know if you've played against him during our league, but he's usually got dials down right away. Maybe a little bit flustered here with the turn of events of the last round. And just the kind of a complicated board state here. A lot of options for both players.
Yeah, seeing how this exchange has kind of gone, I'm thinking that given John's, traditional bombing list, he probably wanted to try to kite Nick through those asteroids and make him follow him through bombs. I think that's probably would have been a little bit of a better strategy than this jousting situation, just because the joust on both sides, it's relatively equal. It's effectively a 50-50, this joust. I would try and take advantage of the fact that my ships are harder to chase through rocks simply because I poop out bombs.
Yep.
That seems like the strength of the list. And by doing that, you also inhibit Sabine going through those rocks a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like we said, bombs can really shape the field, and so being able to sort of control a little bit where Sabine goes, that could be...
Yeah, just drop in some cluster mines right in the middle of that whole bomb field would just be brutal for Sabine.
Okay,
Takes away her whole game plan.
We see a barrel roll and then a one turn. So that combination it's a very powerful combination because it essentially allows you to pivot on the point that you were. I know TIE fighters have been using that strategy for a long time, forever. And so here we see Sabine's TIE kind of doing it almost in reverse, barrel rolling first and then turning to sort of just turn, just pivot essentially 90 degrees.
Yeah. So here's Miranda turning in now. Is that a hard 2 probably? Yeah.
Yeah, and she did drop a bomb from the bomblet generator just in case John ends up over there.
Yeah. Which, she might. But yeah, I would think he would probably move 2 or 3 forward to try to drop his own bombs. That would be what I would expect.
Yeah.
I think Miranda's probably going to advance slam here and maybe poop out her own bomblet.
Yeah, possibly, because that could potentially hit both Miranda and Nim. So, sure, that's what he's considering. It looks like both of Nick's ships have John's Miranda target locked.
Okay.
So I think Nim got it from fire control systems, and Miranda may have just naturally target locked as an action. So yeah, I think that's exactly what John is considering here. Do you slam and then drop those cluster mines?
Yeah, I think that would be really strong.
Although then you're getting close to that bomblet token that Nick dropped. Possibly. Maybe, maybe maybe you could bank
I think he's there regardless, quite frankly. So yeah, it looks like he's doing the advanced slam.
So he does end up close to that other bomblet and close to the asteroid.
And is he...
Yeah,
there's the cluster mines. That was the right call. Because I think they'll blow up right on top of Miranda. One will blow up right on top of Nim. Just from the get-go, I think. Oh, maybe not Nim.
Yeah.
But it definitely affects the fields.
That's right. And definitely put some damage on Miranda. So
which is important to John right now.
I think
that's 2 hits.
2 hits.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 2 hits into the hull, so... Oh.
And then a third from Sabine.
And the third from Sabine. So their Mirandas are both now tied at 3 hull points. That was huge. That was the right decision, for sure. And here comes Nim. Nim might skirt that cluster bomb.
Yeah, kind of just getting around it. So I wonder if maybe the 3 straight would have been better than the 3 bank. I'm not sure if that would have gotten both of them. Because he kind of did the 3 bank and then ended up missing Nim, but
yeah,
I'm not
I don't know.
sure. Okay. now we have John's Nim turning in. So kind of creating a mess here of bombers.
Yeah.
Sabine has been used.
Quite the cluster.
Yeah, I'm going to lose track very quickly of whose ship is whose.
whose.
It looks like
So John's going to boost forward with him, it looks like.
dropping a bomb, I want to say.
Dropping a bomb. That's right.
I think he wants to
You're
try
right.
to get that damage on Miranda, even
Yeah.
though it'll affect him. It'll damage his own Nim.
Yeah. But he's trying to take Miranda off
He's
the board.
trying to take Miranda out.
Oh, is he going to barrel roll?
He put the template down, so he has to now, right?
So I don't know if that'll get him out or not. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe just better positioning.
Yeah. Get him so shooting.
Bomblets
Oh,
first.
bomblets first. Fair enough. Yeah, bomblets are a thing first.
So
2
the
damage.
first one on Miranda,
So that's John's Miranda.
and so
Gets
that
taken off from the
that
bomb.
is off the board. That is huge.
Yep. So
that Miranda will get no shots this turn, and
None.
then that is 50 points gone from John's
Yep.
list.
So here's the other bomblet.
They're measuring to see if it hits Sabine. Okay, so John is rolling for his Nim, which takes 1.
I think, yeah, it looks like 1. And here's Nick rolling for it. At least 1.
Takes 1, but
Not 2, because otherwise it'd be dead.
not 2. Yeah, so
So his Miranda narrowly escapes that bomblet. Enough to get a shot off, potentially. Because John's Nim won't be able to hit Miranda.
yeah, that's right. So I don't know if
So-
that barrel roll was.
I don't know if he was maybe trying to get out of range 1 of Miranda.
Yeah, right, to be able to TLT, sure.
Range 1 on your Nim.
So we have.
Because
Nick.
I think Nick's Miranda has the Auto Blaster, right? Or does he have the TLT? Oh, so maybe he was trying to get into range 1 of Nick's Nim to avoid the Auto Blaster.
Sure.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
All right, so Nick's Nim does 3 shields to John's Nim.
Yeah. Oh, it's still range 1. So
So no TLT.
no TLT, so he'll just have to do a primary on Nick's Nim.
Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, I'm sure that's was part of John's thinking. If you could get out of range 1 of Miranda, you could
He'd
take
be
her
able
out
to
with the
TLT her.
TLT.
Especially before she had a chance to regen some shields. Looks like 2 hits.
2, 1. Yep. Nothing. Yep. 2 shields.
And 2 shields.
2 shields gone from Nim.
Nope. I should. Oh, yeah. Where is it? Range 1. Range on the shield.
Okay, Miranda regenning a shield. Auto Blaster.
So 1 hit. Damage.
Okay.
Looks like 1 damage went through.
Sabine.
And measuring for arc and range from Sabine to Nim.
And range 3.
Okay, looks like she's got a shot. And I think it was range 3 because John has 3 dice in his hand. Oh no, it's probably still range 2 because it's obstructed. Or does Nim have 1 die or 2 dice? Base for agility.
1.
Okay, so yeah, it's range 3 obstructed.
Intensity.
And so
1 gets through.
Nim takes another damage.
I've noticed my Nim
All right, so I would say John is playing from behind here.
Yeah, for sure.
His Nim is down to 4 hull. His Miranda has been wiped out. And Nick, on the other hand, has a very healthy Nim. Kind of a limping Miranda, but
Yeah.
she's still sticking around. And then
Yeah.
a full health Sabine. And with the maneuverability of Sabine, you know, she can kind of dance around these ships a little bit. I know bombs are going to be pretty hard for Sabine, but with her maneuverability, you know, she can kind of just keep her distance and take pot shots.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick's plan with Miranda now is just to get a little bit of distance to be able to just TLT and regen those shields. I think that's got to be his game plan there. And
yeah, with 1 agility on Nim, I think that's just a perfect plan. You know, because even if you're rolling 1 fewer die, you're still likely to get damage through. Checking out which dial is which. Nice repaint on the on Nick's dial covers. I like that red and white scheme.
analyzing those dials there.
Yeah, of course. John just has 1 ship to worry about. So
Yeah, Nick's got 3.
He gets his dial down pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a lot less options to begin with anyway. I mean, I think maybe he puts out a bomblet on this turn. I don't know that it'd go off, but I mean, better than nothing. But he's really just got to kind of turn around now, realistically.
Yeah.
He's too close to the edge of the board for any kind of a K-flip, so he's going to have to just kind of turn around the old-fashioned way. He might want to be a little bit wary of dropping some bombs, only because he might need to barrel roll to stay engaged, and he might not want to barrel roll into his own bombs.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. BMF is asking, is this the last round of Swiss? No. We will actually do an additional round, round 5, after this one.
Yep, 5 rounds. 34 players means 5 rounds. You get to hear our wonderful sultry voices for a whole other round.
That's right. I think my throat and my brain is rapidly deteriorating here, but I'll push through.
I'm amazed that you haven't had water next to your side this whole time. I've probably gone through like 4 or 5 bottles the entire time I've been here.
I should be having more, certainly. I'll get some nice tea when I go home for sure.
Okay, so here's Sabine kicking things off, doing a barrel roll to start out. Triggers intensity. I'm not sure what Nick's trying to decide on right now.
It looks like the camera is frozen.
Oh, you're probably right.
So someone should probably check that out.
Yep.
I will
be right back.
All right.
Hey, Dion. The camera's frozen. Or at least the feed is frozen.
Yeah, no video, no audio is coming through.
Like to them or to you?
To us.
You guys? Okay, so then we will. Let's see. Make sure the computer is plugged in, right? All right. Let's just see if we can just It's OBS. OBS froze. Okay. Oh. Hey! Okay. Can we get a time extension?
It broke. Yes.
Okay. We're gonna get time extension, John. Sorry, I gotta figure out what's broken.
It broke.
All right, we are having some technical difficulties. We have Dion Morales on the case.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out why all of a sudden our screen froze, and.
But we will definitely get an update on what's been happening in the game.
Yeah.
Could it just be the camera, like going to sleep or something? Or
Nope, this camera doesn't do that.
yeah,
Isn't that nice not to have to like get up every like?
very nice. All right, I'll go check out the game.
Yep.
Okay, we got John heading over to do some recon on the game situation for us while Dion works his magic. Okay, looks like we got it back. Great, awesome.
Camera feed is frozen.
Okay, so John will probably get a little bit of a recap on what we missed.
Late in the day.
Looks like we missed at least a turn of moving, probably, just based on the position of everybody. Don't think I see any. Don't see any bombs other than those cluster mines that got dropped over there. Don't know if those were the original ones from John Potter's Miranda. They probably were. Okay, John's coming back here.
Yeah, so we haven't really missed much. They're still kind of just finished the activation phase of that last turn and getting into attacks.
So it looks like John's Nim pooped out a bomblet token over on the left there. And I think those cluster mines were the remaining ones from Miranda.
Yeah, that's right.
So, so it looks like Nyx Miranda did kind of what we expected, kind of ran away a little bit so she could regen some shields and do TLT shots at range 3.
Yeah, so it looks like she slammed there. I see the
no fire.
no fire token, but she's still got a focus from Ray.
Yeah.
And Sabine, looks like Sabine shooting at Nim now. Nim takes another damage. I want to say that's 2 on Nim.
So is the Nim that's on the edge of the board Nyx Nim? And then the Nim that's right in front of the Ty Potter's Nim?
I think it's the other way around.
The other way around?
I'm pretty sure. Just from what I remember of how they were positioned last time, because John has been kind of coming from that side of the board this whole time.
Well, we'll find out when they set dials.
That's right. That's right.
It's amazing what you miss when the video cuts out for 45 seconds.
I'm sure John's Nim got some shots off on someone, but
I'm sure she did.
I missed what that was. So we'll get an update after this.
So I think Nick's plan with Miranda is still kind of pull away a little bit because I think she still wants those TLT shots to regen the shields.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go crazy far anymore. I'm actually surprised that she did the slam, quite frankly.
To create that much distance.
To create that much distance. But he might have just wanted to flee for a little while and reposition to a place where he felt comfortable regenning those shields.
Yeah, and I mean, there are still 35 minutes left in the round, but if Miranda's the last ship on the board, then...
yeah, and he might just be flying her away just to fly her away and disengage her entirely with 1 hit point left.
Yeah, although I guess John's Nim is actually still a couple more points than Nick's Miranda, but still, just playing it safe with her, maybe just Nick's strategy.
Yeah. So Sabine, I would expect... She might actually just do a maneuver.
Sure.
Quite frankly.
Sure. Just do a bank in there between the rock and the
I mean, she needs to beware those cluster mines that are right there, so she kind of needs to go the other way.
Yeah, she doesn't want to chase after Nim too much because she'll get bombed.
She'll just eat bombs for breakfast. So, and that is an interesting position there because with the cluster mines and then that bomblet token over there still, that's kind of dangerous waters right there. So
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think Sabine really needs to just hang a right around that rock.
Sure.
I mean, maybe you barrel roll back and do a hard one that way, and maybe
Yeah,
that's how you would do it rather than getting closer to the cluster mines. Maybe you skirt it that way and stay a little bit farther away from Nim.
You could kind of cut Nim's escape off a little bit.
Yeah.
That way.
But the thing is, I gave the initiative to get the bomb. But the thing is, he lined up right ahead of me.
Brew Nasty, Marcel did win last round. So I'm pretty sure.
And the first one,
The round
I thought he was going to
where he was on stream, the one after that.
The one after that. I think so. We'll find out.
What was? He was just on the stream in round 3, right?
before I ever shot one off.
Yeah, so then he did win.
So yes, he won that one.
So Marcel is 3-0.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for us to keep it straight at this point.
And so, just like you said, Sabine is just doing a one bank.
No.
And so kind of tracking Nim a little bit here, I believe. Oh, no, my mistake. That was a boost.
Ah, okay.
It was a one
But, yeah.
boost and then a 2 forward.
Yeah, so still kind of skirting that rock and coming around. Kind of surprised she went that way. And went that, because that's pretty disengaged.
Yeah, maybe going for a block or something.
Maybe.
It's a possibility. Oh, and she still gets a barrel roll. I'm not used to TIE fighters being able to boost. That's what threw me off.
Right?
So he did the boost with her pilot ability, 2
Okay.
forward, and then barrel roll action, and gets an evade from intensity. So
Oh, here goes Miranda, far, far away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely just playing the disengage game with her.
She
And
does still
slamming
have,
again.
She does still have torpedoes, so he might be kind of coming around to get off that second plasma torpedo.
Yeah,
as well.
maybe.
Just sort of setting up for the joust, the kind of secondary joust,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and getting another torpedo shot off.
I would just think he would want to try and do some of those TLT shots to regen some shields before trying to come in for that, honestly. So, okay, so yeah, it is.
Nick's Nim there,
Yeah.
doing a one bank.
Skirting those cluster mines like a pro. And here comes John.
Looks like a
Right up in there.
2-turn.
Yeah. Looks like everybody landed, no crashes, and nobody hit those cluster mines that were right up in everybody's face. So that's interesting. I guess Sabine shouldn't have done that barrel roll. He would have blocked that.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe a misread there. Or,
Yeah.
And Nim is attempting
Doing a
a
barrel?
barrel roll. You can you barrel roll onto a bomb token? I guess.
I mean, you can, but you blow it
I
up.
think that's just what happened.
Yeah. That's
And takes 2 damage.
Oh, man.
So that's bad news for Nim. I think. Oh, hitting a crit.
Ooh. Which is a major.
That's game. So yeah.
2 major hull explosions or whatever it is.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
I don't know why you would barrel roll there.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess the alternative was take a range 1 shot from Nick's Nim.
Yeah.
So maybe he thought his chances were better with the mine
Yeah, maybe.
rather than take a primary shot.
Maybe. But,
But,
yeah, that was brutal.
Risky move, yeah.
Nick,
So
100-0. Good job.
yeah, so John just getting a bit of bad luck here with the draws, but I think like we said, Nick's list was just better set up to joust, and
Mm-hmm.
that opening engagement was really just a straight on joust.
Yep.
And John just didn't have the hull to be able to withstand the plasma torpedo, and Sabine taking pot shots was definitely a strong.
That was relevant. Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
relevant.
So we've got about half an hour left in this round. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we had that on the stream.
It was
We
an
were a little
interesting-
hesitant at first because we're like, oh, Miranda Nim, but they were so different. So it was really interesting to see that play out. I'm glad we had this. So we've got one more round of Swiss coming up in about 45 minutes would be my guess.